I think part of where the opportunity lies is in the dual use aspect of this, where the commercial market is pulling forward these technologies and bringing them into the defense world too. So maybe we can switch to that topic. And Christine, this is kind of your area of expertise with J2, who's been in the dual use space from the beginning. So Christine, curious for you, what makes a dual use technology an attractive investment? And then are there certain criteria that you use to filter out companies?
Yeah. So, I mean, I should actually disclose, like, we are very proud investors in SkyFi. So we'll actually be using SkyFi as an example on, what makes SkyFi an attractive dual use technology to us. So dual use technology is attractive if it is actually dual use. There are many companies that say they're dual use, and probably shouldn't be, right? Like, I'd argue, Jeff, to some of your earlier points, there's a lot of technology that was developed by the government that potentially can have commercial or private sector use cases, but probably shouldn't, right? I used to work at the SBA, and honestly, some of the financial technology tools, designed by the SBA has not really seen consumer adoption. So what we really like in dual use technologies is when serving one market actually reinforces the other, right? So and actually, SkyFi didn't put me up to this, so I really would love it. Yeah. Right? Like, SkyFi is a great example where, SkyFi's collaboration with the U.S. Space Force actually reinforces their ability to serve private sector players, right? Like, the U.S. Space Force, it's not just a source of non-dilutive capital, it's a standard setter. And so your ability to basically meet those standards, right, and meet and help shape standards also help private sector players, right? Like, I won't name any names, but, some of the world's largest private sector satellite operators better comply, right, and better participate in a market where government is still a major role. And so when we see those dynamics where there are positive network effects between the two markets, we will go in and invest. And I would actually argue, like, there are a lot of companies right now that are trying to be dual use that I just want to emphasize they just shouldn't. And I want to just go back to some of the points you made around venture capital. So I think the panelists, my colleagues here, we've all kind of agreed that innovation is a function of the capital that you put in, right? When you're a founder and you're taking venture capital, that is risk capital. You are literally being asked to take the greatest risk possible because you're taking money from investors who believe that their portfolios will abide by our power law, right? In which one or two companies will actually return the entire portfolio. I think that's great in some cases, right? I worked for some venture-backed software companies that have demonstrated those returns, but I actually question whether or not that's good for national security. I mean, we are all national security investors here. All of us, yes, we have mandates to return capital, but we are also here because we believe in US tech competitiveness. We are trying to invest in areas where this country has actually fallen behind. And it does actually make me question whether or not this model in which one or two companies, right, in all of our portfolios return the other funds, is that actually good for national security? And what happens to all those other companies that are actually providing national strategic value? Does it actually help if they fall to the wayside?